The girl's like, well, if you can't take my cousin, then you can't take me. Well, I guess I'm not taking both of y'all. I get a text. The girl says, I'm here. What's good, YouTube? It's Kiani Rose, and I'm back with another video. For those of you guys who are new, my name is Kiani Rose, and today we're going to be doing, as you've seen in the title above or before you clicked, it's going to be a story time on a bad experience I had with a client. So let's give you guys a little run back. For those of you guys, last time I was on YouTube, it was about 9 months ago, so you guys didn't really know that I did nails. So little backtrack, I am a nail tech, NYC nail tech, Brooklyn based. If you guys want to follow me, this is my Instagram at Yanni Nail. Just as another bit of piece of background information, I am a nail tech, and I did start doing nails during COVID. So I started doing nails when COVID started and like salons was down or whatever, and then that's when like I had friends who would see my nails and they'll be like, yo, you should take this shit serious. But I never actually took it serious. I just kept practicing, and then I eventually wanted to do nails, so I was like, you know what, why not make money off of this? So then I had people hitting me up like, yo, can you do my nails, can you do my nails? Because, you know, everybody was desperate. Like, salons was closed, they didn't really have much of a choice. So I started running a business. I think I started in June of the year of when COVID started. So not last year, but the year before that. So I started taking people June 5th. I remember it like today. Yeah, and there was these clients. They weren't on the first day I started taking people. I would say it was about like the second week or so. And first off, like, my nails was not even expensive. Like, they were mad cheap because, you know, I was starting off, and I'd rather somebody pay something cheap and it like not be the best, because, you know, I was still starting. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that my nails was lasting 2 weeks. So like, I'd rather you pay low price for something that's not gonna last than you pay high price, because if you pay low price, then you're not gonna be mad, you know. So that had happened. That's a little background information. So there was this girl who I don't remember her name. I actually tried looking up the messages on Instagram, but my friend actually had told me like Instagram deletes old messages, so I couldn't find it which made me upset, but whatever. So okay, so there was this girl. She came and she booked. So at the moment, I didn't have a booking website as I do now, so I would just take things through DM. So there was this girl who she had booked the appointment, and usually I give the address 24 hours before the actual appointment. So the girl booked her appointment, then her cousin came and also booked the appointment. So I was taking them both at the same time. So I don't know why I was doing this, like, because it was like COVID. Like, why would I even do this? But whatever. So I ended up taking both of them, right? So it comes the day before their appointment, and I'm texting them like I'm giving them the address, but nobody says nothing. And it's like 7 at night or 6, which is kind of weird because like the girls looked young. You know, people don't really go to sleep at like 6 or 7. So I'm like, okay, she's not responding. So I'm like, all right. So I leave it like that because I know I did my part. And before, I didn't used to give my address. I would give like across the street from where I live or something like that. So like you wouldn't have to walk that far. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just right there. So I sent her the address across the street from where I live. So the girl never responded. So her appointment was for like 11 o'clock. So I wake up like 30 minutes before my appointment because I leave everything set. Like, all I do is like, you know, the essentials. So I woke up at 10:30, texted the girl. I looked at my phone first and the girl still hadn't replied. So I'm like, wow, this is like weird. Like, because how I'm waking up 30 minutes before the appointment, like, you should at least be coming over here. But I didn't get nothing. But I was like, you know what, that's not my problem. So I didn't used to charge late fees or nothing. I just used to cancel the appointment after 20 minutes. So I think it was 10, it was 15 to 20 minutes I used to cancel appointments. So so I'm waiting, I get no response. So now it's 11 o'clock. So I text her and I'm like, oh, like it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, I just feel short out of breath because I don't want to get off to turn off this there's a stuff that like that scent diffuser stuff. It's like too much, but I don't want to get up to turn it off. So the girl had told me, nah, give me a second, guys, we'll come right back. I was almost killing myself. Nah, but so where was I at? Oh yeah, so it's 11 o'clock and I still don't hear nothing from the girl. So I text her and I'm like, oh, it's 11 o'clock. Just to let you know, you have, I think it was 15. I don't remember again if it was 15 or 20 minutes because this was like about 2 years ago. So I was like, you have 20 to 15 minutes, or if not, your appointment's going to be canceled, you know? So I'm texting the friend or I think they was friends or cousins, one of the I think they, I don't know, but they were coming together. So I text the one that booked the appointment first. I text her and I'm like, that's what I'm telling her. I'm still not saying nothing to the other girl because I'm not gonna text her till her time comes, because I gave different times, but I told them like they can come in together type thing. So so that happened. So I text the girl, she still doesn't reply. So now I see it's like 11:10, and as I said, I gave the 11:15, 11:20 to the appointment was canceled. But I already knew, like in the back of my head, I was like already like mentally prepared for this appointment to be canceled. So I was hungry, like, you know. So, and I still thought that I was gonna take the other girl. So I started putting on my stuff, you feel me, because I was gonna get ready to go downstairs from my house and get me some food. So I'm putting on my jacket because, you know, I'm ready to cancel this shit. So that happened, right? So now I give it an extra 30 minutes. So I remember just like now that I waited till 11:30 because I didn't want to have to come all the way back, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I could have just canceled it, but it was 11:30 and I texted her. I was like, your appointment is now canceled. I still don't receive no text. So I leave my crib, I'm getting myself some food, right? I get a text, the girl says, I'm here. Did I speak Spanish? Like, did you not understand? Like, so I'm like, oh, I had texted you and told you that the appointment was canceled. Like, the appointment was for 11. The girl is going back and forth with me, so I'm like I'm not gonna go back and forth with her. So I stopped replying, you feel me? So I'm still getting my food, you feel me? I'm with my sister, I'm getting my food. So I stopped replying to the girl. So now the cousin or the friend, whatever, she's texting me and she's like, hey, do you think you can please take in my cousin or friend, please? We really need our nails done. So then that's when I'm like, I'm sorry, but no, like there was no sense of communication or none of that. And then the girl was also trying to get crazy with me. So I was like, no. So then that's when the girl's like, well, if you can't take my cousin, then you can't take me. Well, I guess I'm not taking both of y'all. So I told her, I was like, well, then I guess I'm not gonna take you guys. So then that's when she's like, she leaves me on scene. So now I like 30 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by. I'm already like with my food because I went like far from my crib, like probably like 4 blocks down to get food. So I'm coming back from my crib. I forget about the whole situation. Like, I think the situation is dead. Why am I receiving phone calls? So I'm receiving random phone calls. I'm like, what the hell? But I have forgot about the situation. So I pick up. I'm like, hello? Bro, there's this lady on the phone. She's like, why the fuck would you send my daughters to a trap house? I'm like, hold on. What? First off, when I sent the address, I sent a building number. So what are you saying, ma'am? Like, I didn't even give you apartment number. What? So then that's when the girl, I'm like, I tell her that. I'm like, I didn't give nobody apartment numbers, so what are you talking about? She's like, no, my daughters went inside that building and they was asking who Kayani is and they directed them to this apartment. First off, I don't be around my neighborhood at all. So nobody around here knows me, like, at all, bro. And remember, I told you guys that I have freshly started doing nails on this. So even if people knew I did nails, nobody would know if we're like still in the first month of me like in my business. Like, what? So the lady's getting crazy. She's like, why would you send them? Why? I'm like, bro, what? Like what? Like, why would I send them to a trap house? Like, make it make sense. So that went down, and I ended up not taking the girls, and that was just that. And I thought it was dead till like it was like, so that was back in like, yeah, that was definitely in June. And when I was getting ready for my graduation, when I graduated from 12th grade, I had received a text from some girl, and she was trying to book an appointment, and I was going along with it. But usually when I see people in my DMs, I go up towards the messages to see like if we've had like cause like if I show y'all my DMs right now, like I have a lot of people on my DMs. Like I don't be remembering people by their name. Like if I scroll up and I see we had a conversation, then I'll remember. So I see this girl and me had a conversation. Why is this the cousin trying to book an appointment? So I'm like, what? So then that's when I see, after I had confirmed the appointment, like she had asked me for a date, I had said yes. And then that's when I scroll up and I'm like, oh, you're the girl who said that I had sent her to a trap house. So then that's when she's like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, it was my cousin. So I was like, no, I'm sorry, but like, you know, like as a person, like I'm not gonna, people think that just because like you're a business owner, just because you're like getting money, like you should put up with the way they talk to you. Like you don't do that, you know what I mean? Like respect people if you want respect back. And that was just that. So that was the end of this story time. It was nothing crazy, but it was like why would I send your daughter to a trap house, ma'am? Like, anyways, if you guys like this story time, like this up, and maybe I'll do a part 2. Not a part 2 of another, but like a, you know, another story time, you feel me? I actually enjoyed doing this. And yeah. Tune in later.